I'm gonna use a bunch of my power tools to help me speed carve a pumpkin in less than 6 minutes. And if you're wondering why I'm doing this, it's to celebrate this year's YouTube community initiative to clean 30 million
pounds of plastic and trash out of the friggin' ocean.
Championed by Mark Rober, Mr. Beast, MKBHD, and hundreds of other channels.
Oceans, good. Team C's, good. Plastics, bad.
For every $1 donated, 1 pound of trash comes out of the ocean. Oh, and I'm also doing this because all my life I've been using these to carve pumpkins. But then one day I realized I'm a grown man and I'm an engineer with power tools. And this, quite literally, isn't gonna cut it anymore. But before I can see how much time my power tools can save me, I need a baseline for how long it takes for me to cut a pumpkin the normal way. It took me 20 minutes to gut the pumpkin with my son on my lap, 10 minutes to draw the design, and 30-ish minutes to carve out all the shapes. And so if it takes me about 60 minutes with these tools, I bet with the help of my power tools, I could do it in 1/10 of that time.
Wait, what are we betting?
Not sure, babe. What do you want to bet?
If I win, you have to go to a local public place in a banana suit and hand out pumpkins to random strangers.
All right. So my wife picked out 5 of my power tools for me to use.
We have vacuum, multi-tool, soldering iron.
Alright.
I think
Not
that...
sure how I'm gonna use the soldering iron, but you're gonna give me the drill?
I'm gonna give you the drill.
Are you serious?
I
I didn't expect that you would give that to me, so...
And luckily for my fingers, she didn't pick the circular saw. But in case you were wondering what that would look like, well, here you go. And I need to say that this would be really dangerous if I didn't have the pumpkin tied down the way that I do. And it would have been really dangerous if I would have done this in a speed carving scenario. So here's the plan. This will be done in 1 take, and we have a 6-minute countdown timer to keep overall time, and a 1-minute sand timer to keep the time for each tool. If I don't finish the design in less than 6 minutes, or I forget to use a power tool or go over my time limit for a power tool, well then, I lose the bet. To randomize the carving design, I CNC carved a Super Mario wheel out of acrylic. It uses a ball bearing on an aluminum rod to spin and plastic 3D print filament pegs with a spring that I stole from a broken pen. But something that my wife didn't consider when betting against me was that I carved a hole in the back of the board for the wheel so that I could shine a light through it onto the pumpkin for quick and easy tracing. All right, babe, spin the wheel. Goomba! Woohoo!
That's my favorite.
Let's do this.
All right.
What tool are you using for?
This is my secret. Engineers work smarter, not harder. By projecting the image onto the pumpkin, I was able to trace it in less than a minute, which took 10 minutes during the baseline. The simplest way to do this is to use a paper copy of your design and cut the negative out with scissors or a razor blade. You can then shine a light through it onto your pumpkin and trace. By far, the biggest time savings happened due to the increased efficiencies of the trace, gut, and suck stage, which took me 20 minutes in the baseline and less than 90 seconds with the use of an oil filter wrench and a shop vac.
Nervous?
I wouldn't say that.
The multi-tool was a bit too powerful and the blade was just too coarse to make the fine detailed sort of cuts. Whereas the Dremel with my spindle bit did cut through the pumpkin and was the right sort of power, but the bit was really hard to control.
This doesn't work very well.
I think with a different type of bit, it would
How much time
have
do I
worked.
have left?
2 minutes and 37 seconds.
Okay. Oh, there's no battery.
And surprisingly, my drill with a graduated metal cutting bit sort of brute forced its way through the pumpkin. How's my time on the drill?
Done.
Crap. Unfortunately, I ran out of time using the drill, so when it came down to it, my hacksaw hand tool saved the day. So I guess there is something to it for using a hand tool instead of power
I don't want to
tools.
wear that banana costume.
You have 30 seconds. 32 seconds.
But there was definite improvement in using the more sturdy hacksaw over the flimsy pumpkin carving kit.
Soldering iron. Oh, I should have been heating it up.
Normally I run this thing at 220, but
Today, cranking it
You
up
have 13
to
seconds.
400. All right. Goomba.
4,
G.
3,
Oh.
2,
Oh.
1. You're done.
my wife graciously granted me the W, saying that technically all the parts were carved and at least an attempt was made to use all the power tools. So sadly, the banana costume will only come out during trick or treat this year. But off camera, my wife agreed that if I won, we would give $100 to Team C's to make the ocean 100 pounds of trash cleaner. Join the movement by liking this video and going to teamcs.org to follow along and support.